Hello, San Luis Obispo Country Club members. Thank you for joining us today. I'm your lead agronomist, Paul Barr, and here with me today I have our head golf professional, Rick Ventura. Today we want to talk to you about the native roughs. Particularly what brings us to talking about the native roughs today is what are the next steps for the native roughs. And the next steps for the native roughs in any program, at any other golf course that has tackled this, that have native grasses, is mowing the areas down. Native roughs require mowing because it's just like in Mother Nature. You have grazings or you have fires that take the grass down and cause a regenerating sort of effect. And so we are doing that on a mechanical level. And we've elected to do this in the fall as we get ready for the winter season and before it gets wet, and also to get a better clean. And then also in the spring, when we're coming out of the rains, that we'd be mowing these areas down to prepare for the summertime. So that's something that we expect to be doing. We're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks. We don't know exactly how long it will take, but it is something that is very necessary and vital for the grass and for the native rough program. And as we learn and develop this program, what to expect.
First, I'd like to reiterate to the membership that these native areas are not designed to add difficulty to the golf course. We're using them to reduce water, reduce the maintenance that we apply towards these areas, and also as we do that, we're keeping in line with what is modern golf course architecture, using the native areas around you, the color palettes, having a contrast between your tees and fairways, which brings us to these differentiation in colors. Paul, what's going on around the tees where we have some lush green areas and then it rolls into some areas that are a little brown?
The tees are the most common area where you're finding that because of the irrigation system and its design. So we have a sprinkler out in this area right here that's watering this tee that we're standing on now to keep it green and regenerative. Whereas out there we want that to be brown. And so there's lots of other golf courses, like I say, make reference to where we're learning those steps. And the first thing was turn off the water to figure out the mowing patterns, to figure out the savings and all that. And not savings as a budgetary sort of savings, but more as like where can we refocus our budgets towards, which is the playing areas rather than the 100 acres of rough. And so with that is the next year is to start learning about how to make that thin and how to make it match the rest of the brown. But right now, simply put, is those little areas are being irrigated by sprinklers that are directed at areas that we want to keep lush and green, like the tees or a surround around a green.
Fantastic. So as we start mowing some of these areas out to thin them out and to have some regeneration, what's the membership to expect from these areas? Playability, height, how thick they are?
Yeah, so that'll be part of the learning experience. My prediction is in the areas where we have the thick green grass, it's going to be very much like when a golf ball were to get plugged into a bunker edge that is grass. And so there's going to be a lot of golf balls that'll be still lost in those areas, but in the areas where behind us where it's brown, it'll be thinner and it'll be much easier to play out of. What will come up with the rains naturally, that's another thing that we need to find out. And I don't know exactly what it is. I have my guesses, but I think it'll be nothing as overly penal as the Kikuya is currently.
All right, so there's some information we hope brings some insight into what's going on, especially in the immediate future, in the next 30, 45 days. Paul, thank you very much for that presentation.
Thank you very much for your time too, Rick, and thank you very much for following along and your interest and support.